G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're out and about, going to end up cleaning up three, I think, deadfall trees. But I just wanted to discuss the general area and what we're doing here. On the opposite side, we're on the main logging road here. Up the slope is the white ash stand, and to my right in this direction is basically, again, still recovering field. Used to be farmed at one time, and lots of alders that you can see, but we have a couple of white ash that are coming up in this area. So they've overtopped the alders, and basically they're at this point do nothing. They're free and clear to grow. The white spruce that are behind them, I don't at this point want to cut those down because I'm afraid that the alders are just going to grow in and take over that space. I saw these trees because one day I was out walking, not driving by in Ralphie, and so emphasize that, get off whatever you might normally drive and do some walking through your woodlot, because you'll miss a lot.
If you don't.
If you don't.
Right.
Yes. All right, let's move on just up 30 feet from here. One of the early projects on the property was bringing up this white pine, and so one of the first trees cut in this area was somewhere right about here, I think, and I'm no chainsaw expert at this point, but I knew even far less at that time, because it would have been probably one of the first truly large, probably 20-inch where I was cutting, or bigger tree as an actual felling process. So anyhow, cutting down this tree taught me that I knew nothing about what I was doing, because I was aiming the tree, and that's not it, by the way, that's another one that I've cut since. I was aiming it for there, and I think I calculated about 110 degrees is where the tree went from where I was aiming. But it did miss the pine, so it was maybe back here a bit. Anyhow, so then I spent about 1,000 hours on YouTube watching how to chainsaw, and finally got my YouTube chainsaw certification. I've contemplated it. You know, it's unfortunate. Logging is the second most dangerous occupation in the world. And when they talk logging, they would have to be talking professional loggers. You're 5 times more likely being killed as a logger than you are dying as a police officer. I contemplated taking a chainsaw safety course. One of the problems at that point is a lot of my habits were quite deeply ingrained, and changing them, it might take more than 3 days, which was the duration of the course. But it's around $300, $350, I think, which is not too bad. But the closest course was about 100 kilometers away. So that's either 3 hours of driving back and forth, or meals, accommodations. So it could easily run, you know, close to $1,000 to get trained. And anyhow, we'll move on and start firing up the chainsaw. Okay, so here's where we're at. We have 4 wind-thrown trees here. So we're going to try and get these down, and once they're out of the way and cleaned up a bit, I may drop another couple of these white spruce. We have, not too far, a fairly mature white ash, and see if we can get some regeneration of something different in here. As, you know, this obviously is, they're not wind firm in this area, so see if we can get something that will stand up. So we'll get to work.
Didn't go quite the way you planned. Whoops. Ta-da!
Evaluation time.
Yeah. Is that called planning?
Hey Al, the safest thing would be to take this bottom one and cut it right about here, but I'd be missing out on about 6 or 8 feet of log because he's uprooted further back. So I'm going to take this one on top out first. Hope he doesn't do anything too stupid.
Stuck again?
Well, he twisted sideways towards me, which I guess
makes sense because that's downhill.
Next plan is got my other saw, which I much prefer for limbing anyhow, and I'm going to limb up 8, 10, 12 feet on this and sever the top off to get rid of some of the weight that we're dealing with. Nothing worse than a white spruce.
Not your favorite tree.
Nothing worse. Okay. Still not out of the woods here. Couldn't be that easy. I don't believe this. There we go.
There, I saw it shift.
Hey!
Ta-da! Well, that was interesting.
Well, I think I need a little sit down and rest after that. I don't know, I have no idea what caused that jam, other than it did take a little twist at a certain point in the cut. But it was darn near through. Any professional logger I have ever watched for any length of time, if they haven't got their saw actually jammed, they came extremely close. So, you know, even the pros can have problems with this. And of course, a professional logger isn't ever going to show you this kind of, right? Us modest amateurs don't have quite that depth of pride that we can show our mistakes. Anyhow, folks, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one, hopefully. Please share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and be safe.